All right. Welcome to my first mail day episode. Now on when I get mail, I get cool stuff in the mail. I'm just going to stockpile it for like a week or a couple weeks, and I'm gonna open it up for you guys and show you what it is. So this is just for the sake of me making videos and for the sake of me showing you guys how I spend my money and financially mismanage my life. But with that being said, let's get into this. All right, let's start this with the oldest one here. I'm actually filming this in like the end of May, and I got this in like March, a long time ago. But I was busy with finals and whatever else. But this should be a sports card. Hopefully, it's the right one. Let's see. Yep, looks like it is. So my first card I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to do close-ups of it as well. LeBron James 2013 Prism PSA 10. This card is sick. LeBron in the Miami Heat uniform. I feel like there's not that many iconic cards of him in his Heat jersey, which I think is weird because I feel like that was when that was the best version of LeBron in my opinion. I collect LeBron cards, but I also kind of treat them as like my investment side of things. I think that LeBron is probably the best athlete to invest your money in if you're into sports card investing. And I'm definitely not a great sports card investor, but something about LeBron, just his cards are accessible. You can get some of his really nice cards for like an affordable price, but you can also, work your way up and get some really nice, more expensive ones. And I just feel like his cards have just been done nothing but appreciate over time. So that was what I was thinking when I bid on this card. I want to say I paid about $60 for it. That's including shipping. And, overall, this card is just sick. It'd be cool to have it in like a silver prism or like a color variant, but even just the base, like the old prism design, I think is just, I think it's sick. But we'll move on now to the next package here. All right, now moving on to this pack right here. This card I purchased a couple weeks ago. Moving on to Pokemon now. And it's funny, I bought this card thinking that it was my favorite card in the Journey Together Pokemon set. And, I wanted this card to submit it to PSA. And then ended up pulling it a week later. So now I have 2 copies of this card. Once I can get it open, I'll show you which card it is that I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. There it is. This is the illustration rare from Journey Together, Articuno. Again, just another beautiful card. Absolutely outstanding artwork on this one. And it looks like it could be a legitimate PSA 10 candidate. I'm going to have to take a closer look at it once I get it out of this top loader and out of that sleeve. But just the eye test tells me that this one's going to have a legit shot at getting a 10. Which is good because I've had a hard time buying cards on eBay and submitting them to PSA. It's not easy. And I'm going to try and keep this shorter, and I'm going to show you guys a close-up of this card because I really want to do it justice because this card is super well done. Whoever did the artwork on this one, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but knocked it out of the freaking park. All right, here is this Articuno outside of the top loader and outside of the sleeve, so I'm going to be very careful touching it. But just to give you guys an up-close visual of this artwork, if you haven't seen it yet, and this card's absolutely stunning. Absolutely so well done. Something about the blue just pops right off the card. And like I was saying before, the back of the card has no whitening on the corners, no dots anywhere up the borders of the card. Definitely looks like it could be a PSA 10 candidate, and I'm really hoping that it is. I'm really hoping that at least this or the Articuno that was pulled the other day by my girlfriend on my behalf, hoping that one of those comes back a PSA 10. Okay, now let's move on to this final card here. This one I'm a little bit nervous about. I cannot remember the last time I paid this much money for a raw Pokemon card. This might actually be the most I've paid for a raw Pokemon card in my life. So I'm really hoping that it's in the condition that I think it's in. I won this one at auction. I paid about $215 for it. This is from 151, and it's the Charizard Special Illustration Rare, the chase card from this set. There she is. Back looks pretty good. Pretty good. I look for the white speckling on the back. I feel like that's like kryptonite for modern Pokemon cards, is whiting on the corners, whitening on the edges, and then just little white dots on the back. I feel like that's really where you gotta look. And I think that's where PSA looks. And I'm taking this in at the same time as you guys are, as far as seeing this card for the first time. It feels good to hold this card, call it my own. Now I'm going to show you guys a close-up of it so you can kind of get a better idea for what this card looks like. Okay, again, it is incredibly important that I am careful of handling this card outside of its sleeve. But this is the 151 Charizard Special Illustration Rare. And this one is in excellent condition. I'm looking at it right now. As best as possible. I'm going to try and adjust the light here so you guys try and give you guys the best look at it. There you go. That's not bad right there. Kind of tell. This one looks really good. And I am going to figure out a better way to do these close-ups moving forward, because I'm not loving this one. Not loving the way this looks. But here's the back. Corners. Can't really see anything. Looks very well centered. I'm going to have to take a look at it close up off camera. But yeah, this is the Charizard, and this is the chase card from 151. I'm so stoked to have it. And here we go, guys. This is my final box here. This is just a special treat. This is a hat, and I'm interested to see how it looks in person. It's a Cleveland Indians hat. Really throwing it back with this one, but okay. Yeah, this hat is sweet. I don't wear hats often, but this one is sweet. The old school Indians logo on it. I know that they canceled this logo, Chief Wahoo or whatever, but they're considering bringing it back right now. I saw that on the news the other day, so I feel like if that's the case, then I'll be able to wear this hat around and not feel like somebody's gonna try and cancel me. Also, I am a Red Sox fan, but something about this logo I just think it's so sweet. I'm happy to have this hat because I was looking for it for a good price for months, literally months. They don't come up often. The only ones that I can find are like kind of like crappy ones, and like the logo is like smaller. It's either used. This one has a nice World Series patch on the side of it, and very pleased with this hat. Very pleased with it for the price that I paid. I want to say I only paid like $50. That's pretty good. I mean, that's basically how much a new era fitted hat costs retail. If you walk into Lids, I want to say they're like $41 or $42 now. So I pay a few extra bucks. I get something that I know nobody else has. Nice colors. I mean, it's predominantly navy, so it's going to go with anything. And yeah, so that's all I got for you guys today on this unboxing or this mail day, whatever you want to call it. I'm excited to make more of these. It's really just me opening stuff up on camera. I know it's not super interesting, but kind of give some insight into what I spend my money on, my hobbies, my interests, and look out for a video I plan to make one about how I evaluate my cards before I send them to PSA. I know everybody has their own unique way of doing it, and there are probably some other people on YouTube that are better to listen to than me because I don't have a whole lot of experience, but I feel like, and with Pokemon especially, that I have a decent idea. For someone who's an amateur like me, if you're kind of in my shoes and you don't buy many cards, you're submitting cards very seldomly, but you want to make sure you're doing it right, kind of how I go about things, especially Pokemon cards, evaluating the sides, the backs, surface, everything else. But yeah, look out for that, and I will see you guys in the next video.